Welcome to Live to 2, episode number 4, featuring Ada Setlik. This episode's production team included Brandon Porter, Eric Timlin, Jake Rubman, and Mason Manto.
Never dated, I looked at couples on TV. Never held hands with a guy, so my friends could scream at me. If I'm supposed to have a will, I will to you, the dying breed of hopeless, wide-eyed, love paralyzed girls like me. I think I hold the record for most loved and left alone. I think I hold the highest score for being fallen too fast prone. And with a heavy heart, I lay you to rest. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, still drunk in a cab at 39. Wedding crasher, fine as wine. With a heavy heart, I lay down this song to all the girls living it up alone. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, but really, what's there to even miss? Throwing shade at couples at my favorite cafe. I was here first and not enjoying the PDA. So cool, so popular, she had like 8 guys in a week. Well, good for her, 'cause I've had 0. Look at me, I think I hold the record for most loved and left alone. I think I hold the highest score for being fallen too fast prone. And with a heavy heart, I lay you to rest. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, still drunk in a cab at 39. Wedding crasher, fine as wine. With a heavy heart, I lay down this song to all the girls living it up alone. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, but really, what's there to even miss? What a shame, now she's 45. Guess her mama didn't raise her right. That's where you're wrong. Mama said I don't need no man. What a shame, she missed out, no kids. What does she even talk about? Slid right around, the worst thing I've ever heard. Losing yourself just to fit into someone else's world. Please, no one but me fits in my world. And with a heavy heart, I lay you to rest. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, still drunk in a cab at 39. Wedding crasher, fine as wine. With a heavy heart, I lay down this song to all the girls living it up alone. R.I.P. the girl who's never been kissed, but really, what's there to even miss?
All right, welcome to Live to 2, episode number 4. We are here on the campus of Syracuse University, where it is currently snowing, I think. You guys been outside? Is it snowing right now?
It is snowing.
But it was.
Not anymore. I like to detail whether it is or not snowing for these podcasts. It's always been snowing. So here we are. And we've just had a great performance with Ada Setlik.
I've been writing for, I think, since like 4th grade, and it was a slow bit of progress, but I think they're pretty good now. So yeah.
So I don't think this is the first time I've ever heard any of your music, but this is the most that I've heard all in kind of one sitting. And it's very evident to me that you've been writing since you were in 4th grade. I think that your songwriting is very developed, very defined. What is it about songwriting that is attractive to you?
I think just being able to have something that you listen to was always something really fascinating to me. I remember listening to songs when I was younger and just thinking, wow, like they had this thought and they put it into words, and it like there's like a whole sonic experience with it. So that was something that I was really interested in trying to imitate and then make my own.
It's clear, and it's clear that the music side of it is a big important part of it, because the songs are very, like you say, you have an idea and you develop it, but the songs are also really, really good musically as well to go into that. Are there songwriters that led you to that kind of inspiration?
Taylor Swift, pretty common, but she's just so good at what she does. Also, my dad really likes the Beatles, and I think that they kind of, listening to them kind of made me feel a little bit more free, and like I like songs to make sense, but they don't always have to make a ton of sense, and like they can be fun. So that influence. And then there's another band called the Trash Can Sinatras, and they have very like metaphorical lyrics. So that was also something that I was exposed to that I think helped kind of broaden the style.
Cool. How long do you think, so starting off in fourth grade is certainly very early. How many songs do you think you've written that like you are now currently really happy with, and how many did it take you to get to that point?
It probably took me like 100, so like a couple years of doing it, because I've found one of my old like songwriting books, and I was like, oh, great. But yeah, I think now I probably have a solid 30 that I could pull from, but I wrote those from like middle of high school to now. 3, 4.
She waits up for the moon to go to sleep. Reads a book, makes a hot cup of tea. Looks at all the pictures of a younger day. People blur by as if in a race. Out of breath, she can't keep up the pace. And in her heart, she knows it'll stay that way. Put myself on a pedestal just to hope I'd reach a final fall. Didn't think my body could betray. It's never truly quiet, not a moment of peace. My tinnitus is a loyal company. My own mind, oh my. My own mind, oh my. How many fears of mine need to be caught to make the nightmare finally stop? You can't escape your own damn head. Racing through worst cases over and over again. You should be proud. I don't reach for the bottom. Talk to a leaf on the ground. Said that it's scared of autumn. I learned breathing techniques from my father to feel some kind of better. And then my heart goes like a hummingbird's wings to a place that it doesn't remember. My own mind, oh my. own damn head. Racing through worst cases over and over again. Didn't notice myself going south. Just accept it. It's who you are now. My own mind, oh my own mind, oh my. How many fears of mine need to be caught to make the nightmare finally stop? You can't escape your own damn head. Racing through worst cases over and over again. My own mind, oh my. My own mind, oh my.
Do you see any thing about performing live that's particularly appealing compared to the songwriting process itself?
It feels more organic. Like I feel like more invested in the music when I'm performing live as to when I'm recording it, because I can see who like I'm speaking to, and there's just like a different energy looking at people as opposed to like through a pane of glass
Sure.
all alone.
Sure.
So
Do you ever, when you're writing the songs, do you ever think about that perspective? Do you ever think about, oh, this will be really good to do live in this situation, or there's that two separate things?
yeah, I actually wrote Nuclear and Never Been Kissed before my first solo gig here because I've got the sad song thing down, and I was like, people are not going to want to listen to me for an hour doing this, so I specifically wrote those to be like upbeat and fun.
Dangerous is the word I used to describe us. Insidious, I can hear them, afraid we'll cause a big fuss. And yeah, maybe we will, and when we do, we won't take it slow. Keep trying to play guessing games, plans bigger than you'd ever know. Maybe we're nuclear. Maybe we're nuclear. Righteous is the chemistry mixing. Contagious are the chemicals forced together like we've already won. Yeah, maybe we will, and when we do, we won't take it slow. Keep trying to play guessing games, plans bigger than you'd ever know. Baby, we're nuclear. We're gonna burn the building down. Baby, we're nuclear. Light up the sky without a sound. One miss, one kiss, the whole place goes up in flames. My hips, your lips, a light up the sky in outer space. One miss, one kiss, the whole place goes down. My hips, your lips, a light up the sky without a sound. Oh, baby, we're nuclear. We're gonna burn the building down. Baby, we're nuclear. Light up the sky without a sound. One miss, one kiss, the whole place goes up in flames. My hips, your lips,
My name is Owen. I'm Ada's brother, and we're the same age. And I go to Bard College, and I'm studying electronic music.
I love electronic music. What is drawing you to study that?
Yeah. Let's see. Sort of like Ada, although I haven't been into doing my own music for as long. I like to create my own music, and it's a little bit more experimental. And I'm at a point where I'm a little bit unsure what exactly I want to do, but I found that I have a passion for making my own music, and I have my own influences, specifically hip hop and film music, which are pretty different than Taylor Swift. But they've led me to kind of look for a way to make music perhaps in a more conventional sense in a studio, for film maybe, for collaborative art projects, that kind of thing. So both kind of that unconventional music and the desire to create is kind of what led me to do that. Absolutely. And then also just work in a studio maybe.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So is there a particular film that you saw like early on where you said, wow, I'm really interested in the sound of what's coming from this?
Not really. My biggest artist is Hans Zimmer.
Oh, sure.
And it wasn't actually until like COVID, so only 4 or 5 years ago, that I started listening more deeply to just a bunch of different film music, and a lot without the film, a lot just on its own. But I guess to do one film is the Man of Steel soundtrack was especially. I was really drawn to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good soundtrack, just on its own, and it got me into trying to make music that is emotionally evocative. You know?
Sure. What about hip hop? Is there something hip hop that you heard that drew you that direction?
Yeah, I mean, most trap music, new school hip hop is. And not even the lyrics most of the time, but just the beats and the movement and the excitement of hip hop. I really like. I mean, just like the big names like Drake, and then a lot of Christian hip hop too. Mm-hmm. That's really good. I like.
Trap's got a lot of complexity to it. I can see some similarity because Hans's stuff has a lot of complexity too. So those seems like those are things that are
for sure. Yeah, I like getting into the nitty gritty.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We weren't as big of a mess as Woodstock, but we gave it a run for the money that shit show never saw. I wish we'd gotten it on 16mm film so we could leave it for the grandkids and the joint custody will. Gosh, what a spectacle, what a turn of events. Went from our love will last to lasting dread. Gosh, what a scandal, the cry of laments. If only our lasting love could have lasted this. The second time
Thomas. I'm also Ada's brother, and I'm also the same age. I'm a bit of a fish out of water because I do not go to school for music. I'm currently studying criminal justice at Hilbert College, just south of Buffalo. But I've stayed relatively involved with the other three just through past experience from grade school, sort of the official school band experience, and then also playing family band stuff.
Yeah, so even though you're not pursuing that in your education right now, it's clear that, you know, music is a really important part of all of you guys. Like, is this something that your family has encouraged? Were you brought up to be playing together and studying and all that?
Yeah, so our parents were both involved in band and stuff in high school, and they had a really good experience. And then our dad has always been on the very musical end. So even like when we were really, really young, rather than like watching a movie or reading a book, we were like dancing to music that he was playing, and it would be common artists, so the Beatles, but then it'd be mixing in some of the lesser known groups that he really enjoyed. And so we started off, I think we all started playing piano in second grade, doing private lessons, and then we mixed in some drum set between like second and fourth grade. And then fifth grade was when we all kind of chose a concert specialty. So I think I was the first to kind of explore it. And I chose percussion. And then throughout the rest of elementary school and middle school, all four of us were doing concert band in school. And then we were also doing some lessons outside of sort of the academic setting. So I was keeping up with piano. Will and Ada were doing guitar. Owen was doing some drum set here and there. So kind of having a little bit more focused on music outside of just what school was providing. And then in high school is where it really kind of took off. Just because as you're progressing through elementary and middle school, once you get to high school, you're kind of finding it's a bigger environment, so you're finding the groups of people that you connect with. So band was really where we kind of thrived. And so, right around then we were doing concert, but we also discovered marching bands, which we really enjoyed. And then we helped start an indoor drumline program. And then sort of around when COVID hit was when we also started to kind of reintroduce our family band stuff, because that had been kind of big towards the end of elementary school, beginning of middle school, and then it kind of dropped off as schedules started to get a little bit busier, and we had to kind of adapt to the high school life. But when COVID came, we were able to kind of slow down a little bit. And so now, I mean, yeah, they're all off doing the music, and I do as much as I can. In marching band, I started off in the front ensemble. So I was playing vibraphone.
Cool.
And then I did bass drum the year after that. And then we kind of got messed up with COVID, but I ended up on snare drum for my last 2 years with Owen. And then for indoor, we also played snare.
Cool.
You learn the hard way, burned into you that blood is everything, but they only gave you pain. I might be too young to understand, me to see you cry. If I was a wiser angel, is what I'd give as advice. Keep your head up, going strong like the wind. They can't hurt you if you don't let them in. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but if you wanna make it out, it's a sacrifice. Keep your head up like I know you can. You're stronger than this and you're stronger than them. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but it's killing me to see you cry. To see you cry. You grasped at strings too quickly loosening, and when they finally broke, you had no hand to hold. But you keep your head up, going strong like the wind. They can't hurt you if you don't let them in. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but if you wanna make it out, it's a sacrifice. Keep your head up like I know you can. You're stronger than this and you're stronger than them. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but it's killing me to see you cry. Your walls have been up for so long, and you're so scared to see them fall. I might be too young to understand. It's the weight of the world, you can't bear it all. Keep your head up, going strong like the wind. They can't hurt you if you don't let them in. I know it's hard to say goodbye. Wanna make it out, it's a sacrifice. Keep your head up like I know you can. You're stronger than this and you're stronger than them. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but it's killing me to see you cry.
My name is Will. If you haven't caught on yet, we're Quadruplets. And I study music and data science at Clark University in Worcester, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Is that degree, is it a degree music and data science, or those are two separate things that you're
Two
studying both
separate.
of?
I'm double majoring,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What's drawing you down that path?
So very similar to Owen and Ada, I felt compelled to continue with music. And I think I was a lot less creative and less focused on creating my own music, although I did dabble in that a little bit. But I really wanted to learn everything there is to know about like studio spaces and recording and equipment and stuff like that, and be able to sort of support their creative pursuits. And then with data science, my dad is a data scientist. I've always been pretty good at math. I enjoy math, so that's another thing, and especially in this era of data, I'm really enjoying like learning about everything, and it's a really good career path to be a part of. So I just decided to do both.
Excellent. So the studio thing, are there recordings, is there music that you heard that made you think, oh, the studio side of this is very important and something that I'd like to be able to explore?
I think one of the cool thing about the studio is that you can do so much artificially that perhaps you can't do in live sound or acoustically. So hearing music like being brought up on Erasure and Depeche Mode and all that electronic music was really cool, because that obviously you can perform live, but all the layering and everything like that is all studio, and being able to bring in big pieces of equipment and use them. And then also a band called Judah and the Lion. They do a lot of cool effects stuff it's on their latest album, and that like all of that is just studio tricks and effects and stuff that I really wanted to like learn how to master. So
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I love all things about music. I love performing music. I love recording music. I love the studio stuff. And some of my favorite things about the studio is making music that you can't play live. Like, there's just impossible. Like, you couldn't do it, And so that is it's fun to me to explore.
But I was just gonna say, one of the things I do also enjoy though is I do a lot of arranging for Ada's music and production, like filling out the production and stuff like that. And so one of the things, especially with this project, is learning what to pick from to play live and how to like arrange live to make sure that Ada's vision still comes through, despite not being able to like use all the tools that we use to actually record the song.
I think that's very evident in your guitar playing. I could see that the parts that you were choosing to play were very supportive and very much in that focus. So that's it's evident that that's what you're going for.
No amount of matchsticks or incense can remove the scent of you after a long day in your mama's garden. No amount of washing and scrubbing can remove the paint you spilled on the sink, fixing up our first place together, a place where forever left in a blink. You're gone. You have been for some time, but oh, the memories you left behind. You're in my passenger side, your fingers used to ride the wind. Window rolled down, radio maxed out, thought thunderstorms were your evil twin. You're in my empty room, still got some pieces of you here. Left your toothbrush, t-shirt, and the tragedy of what could have been. Why are you still in? No amount of crying, rivers down my neck, can wash away you saying I wish it was sooner that I'd left. No amount of hating and burning you out of my mind helps me forget how magical it was for you to be mine. You're in my passenger side, your fingers used to ride the wind. Window rolled down, radio maxed out, thought thunderstorms were your evil twin. You're in my empty room, still got some pieces of you here. Left your toothbrush, t-shirt, and the tragedy of what could have been. Why are you still in? Pretend like we were cool. Forgetting me is the least you could do. Took too much time erasing you. How can you pretend you didn't make me look like a fool? Forgetting me is the least you could do. Took too much time, wasted it on loving you. Passenger side, your fingers used to ride the wind. Window rolled down, radio maxed out, thought thunderstorms were your evil twin. You're in my empty room, still got some pieces of you here. Left your toothbrush, t-shirt, and the tragedy of what could have been. Why are you still in?
So, quadruplets. What's that like?
College transition was pretty easy, going out of
Yeah.
state and
Okay, sure.
living in dorms.
Sure.
That's the first one we always go to.
You wouldn't expect, but
Got a lot more space, actually.
Yeah.
a lot of people ask us that question.
I'd imagine.
Yeah. My answer is just like it's normal for us because
Right.
we're used to.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, we have an older sister. she's a couple years older. But for me being like the only girl in the four, I felt like I was walking around with bodyguards. So that was always fun for me. I don't know about them, but I don't know. Just like being it is like an interesting like wow factor.
We had like a unique experience growing up because we also don't know the order that we were born. So like the typical sibling rivalries and stuff, and like none of that.
Yeah, I'm
really
older.
happened.
Even if it's a couple minutes.
Spoiler alert, like the wanting to figure that out quickly dies off after
I'll bet.
after being
You just embrace this.
told no, and
Right.
it's just like okay, well, whatever.
But it's just cool because we were able to all grow up feeling very equal.
Yeah.
And through that, since we went to obviously all school together and had class together and stuff, I think we mostly grow up just like being each other's like best friends. So.
I think that's noticeable. Like I can see the camaraderie, if that's the word I want to use here, among you. It's great. It's really
and
nice.
there's also a lot of opportunity. I mean, now that the three of them have kind of entered sort of similar fields, but growing up, it was kind of like, Owen's going to go do this thing. Do you want to tag along? You might find it interesting. Or even now with college and like the whole web of people that we've met and all of us have or are going to study abroad. So just being able to kind of have that experience and bounce it off each other is something that I think a lot of people miss.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Something kind of funny that our dad told us. So I think it fits like our like music situation so well. Apparently when my parents found out that they were having quads, people would come up to them and be like, "Oh, you get your own basketball team," and my dad would go, "No, I get my own band." So,
And here you are.
here we are.
Push for that pretty early on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're good and they want to hear us.
So this is obviously something that you'll continue doing for forever, I would imagine. How do you see it growing?
I think just taking advantage of opportunities like this as they come. It's hard because we all go to different schools, so that makes it super complicated. But I think just us continuing to collaborate and gig where we can, and I think grow musically as well. Like, is something that we've continued to do. Like this is the first time all four of us have performed all original music. We normally would just do covers, so I think that was a big step too. But yeah, I think just like continuing the collaboration and things like that.
I actually think being at different programs is excellent for your situation, even though you're distant, physically. Like you're all getting some different perspective in different ways that when you come back together with it all, it's going to be just supportive of each other. So that's really cool.
Yeah. I think it's also like, I mean, I'm not, my career isn't dependent on this, but I think also it's kind of going from like that senior high school, freshman year of college of like, this is such a daunting idea that like, I want to be music producer, singer, songwriter, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, everyone says like, that's such a hard industry. You're never going to make it very far. But then flash forward to now where it's kind of like, well, you've got a couple of gigs under your belt. You have a wide range of contacts, people in the field that can help you. So it kind of feels a little bit more possible. And I think it's also just something that we're incredibly lucky to have experienced.